Every man has an ego, and that's a great thing. Because the ego of a man is not baseless, it is backed by tangible results. From the moment you were a little boy, there came a point when you started working for things. You did some chores and you got some money. You got a good grade and were rewarded with a new PS5 game. You stopped getting things handed to you and actually had to do some sort of work to get what you want. So it becomes ingrained in your brain that you must achieve something in order to earn something else. And that's where men's egos actually stem from. So now when you go through life as a man, anytime you practically prove that you're better than someone, your ego tends to get activated. It's not just that you think you're better than the person, you've proved in some way that you're better than them. Maybe you're stronger than them. You beat them in an arm wrestle or lifted heavier weights than them. Maybe they're chubby or fat and you've got abs. Maybe your girlfriend is more attractive than theirs. Maybe you've bested them in a game or sport. Or maybe you got the highest grade on the exams in your class. You've literally proved that you're the smartest person in the class. Of course your ego is through the roof. Now there are some men who show their ego, but the majority hide it. Don't be fooled, it's definitely there. They don't show it or say anything out loud, but they think these egotistical thoughts in their head. After Usain Bolt wins another race or another gold medal, he says thanks to his family, his team, his fans, and God. He's very humble, but before and during the race, he's a different beast. You know that he's thinking in his head that his name is already written on the gold medal and that he's the fastest man alive. He even smiles when people try to keep up with him because he's thinking to himself, you can try, but you're not faster than me, buddy. My last name's Bolt. Now let's talk about being humble, the phrase that is used to describe men who don't outwardly show their ego. The reason why most men come off as humble is because that generally makes them more likable than someone who flexes their ego. But you realize most men who are humble, or who people tell to be humble, are generally great, very successful, or the best or better than most men at a certain thing. A person can only be humble if they've achieved something great. You can't be a humble loser. And the reason it is preferred for you to be humble by the majority of people is because they get insecure. When a rapper talks about the watch on his wrist that is more expensive than the price of your car plus your annual rent, most people get really insecure and tend to grow a dislike for that person. Opposed to the highly acclaimed actor who's a multi-millionaire that says, yeah, I'm not that amazing, I just be chilling in my mansion with my 3 supercars and 3 girlfriends. Their ego has merit. It is backed up by accolades and achievements that prove they are better. Floyd Mayweather has fought 50 times and never lost. I'm sure he was the bigger draw for most of his fights. People came and tuned in to watch him. And a lot of people say that he's the greatest boxer of all time, which they can only say because he has proved it time and time again through his actions and achievements. He may not show it often, but of course he has an ego and he has earned it. You may have thought to yourself one time that this guy is so successful, but I believe that I am better than him. Your ego may have been talking and it was probably right. But remember, you have to earn your ego. So if you believe that you are better than this person, you must achieve something that proves it, to confirm your ego and to let it show.